Hey coin collectors and welcome. The DC Coin World International Coin Channel. We're going to look at some bimetallic coins from around the world today. And we're going to start with this one down here, which is the Canadian $2 coin. And we're going to go over what the difference between these coins is. And one of them, as you'll find as we go through, is that they have different metals in them. So this metal, silver-ish metal here, is not the same as the silverish metal here or here. The copperish metal here is not the same as the copperish metal in these ones. And it's kind of a funny idea because you'd think that they use the same metals, but they don't. The different countries don't. And so let's start with the Canadian one, which is the bimetallic $2 coin, or the Toonie, from 1996. And of course the Toonie is a play on words because when Canada first came out with a dollar coin, and this is the 1988 version, it has a loon on it. And this loon's swimming down the river with, or lake with the island in the background. This loon became the name of the coin, or the loonie. When they came out with a $2 coin, they wanted to make sure it was 2 times, so they called it a toonie. And you'll see that it does not have a loon on the back. And so what do we have here on the front? Well, on the front we have a Raphael David Makhlouf second portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. And she is wearing the George IV, state diadem. I don't know the difference really between George IV and George V, but I know this one was owned by George IV, and Queen Elizabeth is wearing it. It's a crown, essentially. And this, we don't see the RDM initials down here like we do on the British coins, because this coin has been refashioned by Dora de Petrie Hunt to make it into this bimetallic. And so this is essentially a copy or a kind of changed version of that Raphael David Makhlouf portrait. What is the difference in the coins here? Well, on the outside it is a nickel ring. So this is actually Canadian nickel here that they mine in Canada. And then on the inside, it's a aluminum bronze center. So we got aluminum bronze on the inside, nickel on the outside. If we tip it up, we see that it has it has a reeded rim, but it's interrupted, or a serrated rim, but it's interrupted. You see these lines here, but then you see the smooth. Well, there are 5 lines and 5 smooth versions going around the coin. It's so-called an interrupted serrated edge, or an interrupted reeded edge. And then we get to the back, and oh my goodness, you see just this beautiful, beautiful coin. Canada at the top, $2 at the bottom. Again, the nickel and the aluminum bronze, because this is essentially a plug that goes all the way through the coin. They just stick it in the middle and kind of force it in and seal it. And this is the $2 coin with the single polar bear, not the polar bear with cubs on it. And then down here, what a lot of people think of as an 81 or an 87, and you can see it right like that. You see it's actually a B and a T, and that's the designer of this coin, and that is Brent Townsend was the designer. So this is not a year in any way. This is the initials of the designer, and now you can see it pretty well. There's the T and the B. Brett Townsend. So this $2 coin, aluminum, bronze, and nickel. The £2 coin, and this is a 1997, as we said. Again, the Raphael David Makhlouf portrait, and we can tell this is a Raphael David Makhlouf because we tip it up, and we see right down in here, we see an R, a D, and an M for Raphael David Makhlouf. Again, this is the 39-year-old, I believe, portrait of Queen Elizabeth. No, 64-year-old portrait of Queen Elizabeth. Raphael David Makhlouf did this. And of course, this was a long time ago, and she's fast approaching 100. Elizabeth II, it says here, Dea Gratia, Regina. And so when we look at this one, we see that it says DG, and that's the Dea Gratia. They just used the first letter. By the grace of God, Queen Regina. And down here we have FD also, which is not on the Canadian coins, Defender of the Faith. If we tip this one up, we see that it actually says something. And what it says here is standing on the shoulders of giants. And there are these little crosses in between, standing on the shoulders of giants. We get to the back and we see that's the technology version. 2 pounds at the top, 1997 at the bottom. This is a Bruce Russian design, R-U-S-H-I-N, and there his initials are right there on the side. See the B and the R there? And this is one of those centers where if you tip it, you can actually see into it another pattern inside. It's almost like one of those eye-fooling centers. And it'll change colors on the newer coins or the unused coins. So this one is not a aluminum bronze center. It's a copper-nickel center. So copper nickel in the center. And then on the outside, this is a nickel brass ring. So different, no aluminum on this coin at all, different materials altogether. Next, of course, we have the €2 coin from the European Union. And this one is a nickel brass clad nickel center. So the nickel and brass here. And a copper nickel ring. So this is copper and nickel mixed together. We see it says liberty, equality, fraternity, or brotherhood here. And this is the Republique Française 2011 version of this coin. And again, this is the €2. And so what we call the so-called second map version of the euro coin. And it's these are roughly similar in value, $1.50 or $1.30, $1.50. And the Canadian coin, in terms of US dollars, in the Canadian, I mean, no, wait a second, $2.30 for these. And the Canadian coin is worth about $1.50. And last but not least is the Hong Kong coin. And the Hong Kong $10 coin, and I miss Hong Kong. Hopefully all you people in Hong Kong are doing well. We love to have you watch our videos, and we don't get many Hong Kong coins anymore, but we love to look at the old coins. This is the bimetallic coin under the Special Administration Region, which started in 1997. Well, it became a Special Administration Region in 1997. This is from the Elizabeth II switch or transitional time. And this is a nickel brass center and a copper nickel ring around the outside. And if we tip it over, we see that it is in the transitional time. And on the back, we have the front is the, well, this is the front, I'm sorry. The begonia or Hong Kong orchid flower. That's Joseph Yam. And then on the back is the old numbers in the $10 1994 date. All right, that's all we have today from DC Coin World International Coin Channel. Look for bimetallic coins out there when you go to different countries. We haven't found any yet from the African countries. When we do, we will get one and put it on. All right, have a great day from DC Coin World. We love to have you subscribe to our channel and leave any comments you might have in the comments section.